Hi, my name is Mia. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I thought I'd answer one of the most commonly asked questions. People who come here ask me all the time, what are the best places to eat? So in this video, I'll take you along to our favorite restaurants that we have discovered in the year that we've spent here so far. We've tried pretty much all of them, and yeah, these are our top favorites. So I'll take you along through a full day of eating out here in Rota, Spain. Before we head out, I have a few more disclaimers for you. Number one is that the opening times of restaurants are probably quite different from what you're used to in America or even other European countries, as yeah, everything here opens quite late, so it's almost impossible to find any place to eat breakfast, especially in such a small city as Rota is. And yeah, Spain has their siesta time, which is absolutely holy to them. And so everything just closes down for the majority of the afternoon, and it's not really like a set time either. Every place, every restaurant kind of does their own siesta time. And usually, especially in the summertime, places tend to open up very, very late at night even. So finding lunch places is also quite hard sometimes. Now, once you found a place and you looked at the opening times, don't be surprised if you show up and it's closed, because a lot of places here don't update their times online. And if you're lucky and they are open when they say they are, and you show up right on time, let's say a place says they open at 6 p.m. and you show up at 6 p.m., it might just mean that all the workers come in at 6 p.m. and nothing is ready yet. So yeah, that's just something to be aware of. Now, the other disclaimer that I have for you is that we personally, from our experience, we did not enjoy Spanish food at all. So as you are about to see from the restaurants that I'm about to show you, those are not Spanish cuisine. We were super excited when we first came here to try all the different foods, and if you followed my channel, you might be wondering why I even have an opinion on Spanish food, as I am vegan. But yeah, my husband, he does eat fish and meat, and also co-workers and friends here, they have had horrible experiences, so I think I could say a few words about it. The first experience that we made here was we were so excited to try paella, but we could not possibly finish it, and we usually always finish our food. So yeah, the paella was way too salty, so we couldn't finish it as our stomachs were just cramping for hours afterwards. It was so painful, and even when we gave it a second chance and we ordered a paella specifically asking for no salt, it was just as salty, and we had the exact same issue. So yeah, it couldn't have even been a language error because my husband and I, we both speak Spanish. But yeah, so paella was a big downer for us. Also, foods here in general tend to not be very flavorful, unfortunately. They seem to not really season their foods or even put sauces on dishes. So even if you order something as simple as fries, most of the time you will not have any sauce with it, not even ketchup. And if you ask for ketchup, then they might just bring you like a little plastic package of it and expect it to be enough for your whole portion. So yeah, and then my last disclaimer would be that you must be very patient with the servers, as they will probably ignore you unless you really call for their attention. Especially when it comes to getting the check, it might take them like 30 minutes until they actually bring it to you. So yeah, now that we have all the disclaimers out of the way, we have kind of been your guinea pigs and tried out all the restaurants here. We are now ready to show you our favorite ones, some that we can actually enjoy. So let's go. So breakfast this morning was honestly a very big fail. Yeah, let me just recap the whole thing for you guys. So first of all, the place that we chose to go to is Sedona Bar and Grill. It's a very popular restaurant here, especially amongst Americans, as it is a very Americanized place. The reason we chose that one is not because we think it's particularly great, but it is one of very few restaurants that actually open relatively early, so our choices were limited to begin with. And yeah, also we did eat there a couple of times before from their lunch and dinner menu, and the food was okay. It was fine. The positive thing about it is that they actually have quite a few vegan options, which is very rare to find in Spain in general. So that's why we chose to go there this morning. Only to then find out that apparently throughout the week they cut down their menu offers drastically. There was unfortunately not a single one that I could eat. Yeah, Julio ate nevertheless because he was hungry and we were already there. He said the food was about a 5 out of 10, which I think is a pretty generous rating, especially if you consider the service, but even he admitted that if you take the service into account, then it was more like a 4 out of 10. Because we got there as soon as it opened at 8 a.m., ordered right away, and it took them over half an hour to bring us the food, which for any regular restaurant and any regular meal, that would have been perfectly fine. But this was really not a dish that required 30 minutes of prep time, to be honest. And yeah, then just trying to get the check afterwards is the same old drama as it is in many places here in Spain, unfortunately. Like, they were pretty much ignoring us, and it was, yeah, on us to try and get their attention. Before you give up on this video, please stay with me, because for lunch we went to our absolute favorite restaurant. My tip for breakfast is just eat in, make your breakfast at home. It is definitely not worth trying to find any breakfast place here, in my opinion. To make up for that horrible fail of a breakfast attempt, we ended up going to a place here called Candy's Cafe, and yeah, they're not exactly known for many vegan options either, but they do have a handful of very good smoothies, and a smoothie is always a great way to start off the day. And that was really refreshing and very delicious. So for lunch, like I said, we went to our absolute favorite restaurant here in Rota, which is called Almaverde Cafe, and it is just the loveliest restaurant run by Teres and Luca. Luca is Italian and Teres is from Sweden, and yeah, they make sure to get all their ingredients for their meals locally and from an ecological farm near here, and you can definitely taste the difference in quality, and they put so much love and effort into their meals. They also have a lot of vegan options and a lot of gluten-free ones as well, if that's something that matters to you. And yeah, their menu is quite small, but I actually appreciate that a lot, because therefore every single one of their dishes tastes amazing. Not just good, but actually really amazing. Julio has pretty much tried every single thing on their menu, and we have yet to be disappointed. So yeah, I can highly recommend that you go. They also have amazing desserts. They vary, so they don't have like a set menu for those. You can ask them what they have on a day-to-day basis, and yeah, it's just really nice. It is quite pricey, but you definitely get what you pay for. And yeah, it's just the best eating out experience in our opinion. Instead of eating Almaverde's delicious desserts, we figured we'd show you another place, our favorite ice cream place here in Rota, which is called Margarita La Fresca, and they just have the most amazing variety of ice cream. They rotate them out quite frequently too, so you can always try new flavors. And of course, which is very important to me, they have a bunch of vegan ice creams as well, which are just super delicious. And it was definitely a nice treat to cool us off on such a hot summer day. For dinner today, we chose to go to a restaurant called Vale Madres, which is a taco restaurant. And it's quite fun. It's not like your traditional Mexican tacos, but they're quite experimental, and they have a huge variety of flavor combinations, which are quite unique and very delicious. They also offer a handful of vegan options as well, which is great. And yeah, they are quite pricey. And I'm not gonna lie, I think when you compare Almaverde to Vale Madres, then Almaverde is definitely more worth paying the premium for, but Vale Madres nevertheless makes for a great date night. I do not want to end this video without a few honorable mentions. If you are in the mood for sushi, I can highly recommend Aburi Sushi. They make quite good ones. If you're craving burgers, then Little John is the place to go. But make sure you make a reservation for it because you cannot just walk into that restaurant. They always require you to have a reservation. And they also have a Beyond Burger for all you vegans out there. And they're quite delicious. Lastly, another taco place that I want to recommend is Veracruz. They have much more traditional tacos there, and definitely hit them up for Taco Tuesday because they have amazing deals and discounts on that day. So yeah, that's pretty much all the recommendations I have for you. I am very sorry about that rough start. I'm very grateful that you stuck around till the end. If you live in Rota or have been here before and you have any other recommendations, make sure to leave them in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss any of my next videos. Thank you so much for watching.